Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
All right, folks, welcome to a brand new episode of the Frankly Francisco podcast. I'm your host, Francisco. I am very excited because I have a gentleman that I had on the show back in April, back on the show. This time we have him on video because I wanted everybody to see the man behind the voice. We have Honesty Blade. How we doing, Honesty? Thanks for coming back on the show, brother.
Yo, yeah, happy to be back on here.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
So first and foremost, my brother, what have you been up to since the last time we spoke in April?
I've been performing. I've been getting some joints organized for the next project. I've been having powwows with R Square, which is Rob and Rob Ishbod. It's about starting podcasts and just doing everything creative. You know what I mean?
So since the last time we spoke, you finally got there. I saw online that you actually went out and did a show since the pandemic started. How'd it feel to be back on that stage, man?
It felt damn near like the first time. It felt like the first time doing it again. Not as far as like not knowing what to do, but just as far as being excited, you know, because everybody is ready to get out of the house.
So you have any more shows planned? Because I know this was just the first one, but I'm sure you have more coming up this summer, right?
Yeah, I got one coming up July 2nd. That'll be this coming Friday. That's going to be at Now That's Class. So anybody that's familiar with the West Side area, Cleveland, Intermediate, Lakewood, you'll see Now That's Class. That's on Detroit. That's 1121 Detroit.
Okay. So you expecting a large crowd there? Is it going to be more than just you, or are you going to have several artists there with you as well?
Yeah, we do expect a large crowd. We had a nice reception last time, but this time we got more people. So we got Drastic. He's straight out of Cleveland. Drastic, he actually won the Spitboxing belt for the Freestyle Championship.
Oh.
So yeah, he's gonna be there. My other cat, Jack Burton, straight out of Cleveland, he's gonna be there, and a couple other artists who I haven't met myself, but y'all follow Honesty Blade Music on IG, you'll see my promo and it'll show you all the artists that are performing.
So my man Jack Burton's gonna be out on the stage again, huh? It's been a while for him, man.
Yeah. I'm glad he's gonna be up there.
I guess that podcast we had gave him a little bit of motivation to get back out there, huh?
Yeah, because I've been wanting him to. You know what I'm saying?
But listen, so now how's the LP doing? How you been promoting it more? Like what's been going on with the record?
It's been building some streams. When I look and I check it on YouTube, I see it's in the hundreds. Like out of all of the tracks that are on the project, it's like over 100 plays on each song. But I don't know what it's doing on the Spotify's and stuff. So the last event was really to push more attention to it, and I sold some copies at the last event.
Okay.
So it's been moving. It's been getting some traction. And this show, we just trying to do the same thing, bring more attention to that, as well as, bring more light to the other artists performing. But it's been doing well.
That's exciting, man. Like you seeing that the views are going up. People are listening to the music, man. They're digging what you're doing. That should just give you more motivation to get out there and give the people what they want, man. They want to hear you.
Yeah. It feels good.
It should. You put in the work, man. This is something that you've been dreaming of since I've known you, man. You know what I mean? From our back in our days. And you know what I mean? It's been something that you've been dreaming of for a long time. And I'm glad it's coming to fruition because you put in the work for it, man. So, I mean, that's the best part about it. When you on that grind and you're doing the things you need to do and you're showing, the fruits of the labor that you are right now.
Yes, sir.
Now, let me ask you a question, man. Did you see that train wreck yesterday between Bow Wow and between Bow Wow and what's his name, Soulja Boy?
You know what? When I looked on my YouTube, I seen mad uploads, like how it'll recommend videos.
Yeah.
And it said Bow Wow and Soulja Boy versus. I was like, fuck out of here. I'm not about to watch that.
You know what that reminded me of? You know how you got two punch drunk boxers in the ring? You know what I mean? And they're, they both still think they got it. when they really don't, but they're in the ring giving it all they got. That's what that reminded me of yesterday. It's just two guys who just trying to hold on to something that ain't there no more. Soulja Boy ain't been relevant since like the early 2000s, and you know what I'm saying. Bow Wow fell off the minute he started posting fake videos of him on first class airplane, private planes. You know what I mean? It was just, bro. When you get a chance, you have just for prosperity, man. You have to take a look at it. Just for prosperity, just take a look at it.
You watched the whole thing?
Nah, I watched bits and pieces. It was just it kind of made me physically ill to watch a little bit because it was like, why am I wasting my time and my energy watching this? But someone like me, I like to give things a chance and, and like to see people out there see what they got left. Man, it wasn't even worth watching, man. Honestly, you know what I'm saying?
I didn't think it would be.
But I would love your commentary though. Like I would love for you to commentate on that YouTube channel, man, because you know you be watching those battles and you be putting your comments. That's something I want you to watch and want you to commentate on, man. I think people will find that interesting.
All right, I'm gonna note that. I'm gonna put that in my mind and watch that shit.
Yeah.
I've seen it and I was like, I don't want to, but I feel you.
But your commentary, your commentary is gonna be good though, man. You're gonna put it out because you in that's your genre. You in music, man. That's what you do. So you can, you can put your foot on the gas there and let people know how you think about it. You know what I mean? That's one of the points. It's an opinion, and that's what people don't realize. You're not trying to tell these rappers how to live their lives. All you doing is putting your opinion on how you feel, how you feel the battle went. You know what I mean? It was trash, but you still want to put your opinion in on it. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Yeah, that's content.
So now let me ask you a question. Projects. What are the projects coming up for you lately?
So the second release is going to be called Professional Use Only.
Mm-hmm.
It's a siren coming. I don't know if y'all picking it up.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry.
Okay. All right. So yeah.
Just hold off for a minute. All right, go ahead. Hold on.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Bang bang. All right, yeah. Professional Use Only. So I don't know how many tracks I'm gonna go with this one, but my goal with this project is just to apply that mastery to my craft.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've already been doing that over the years, but like I'm gonna be real, my Son of Mark project was really a last minute suggestion by another artist, and they just told me to just arrange some content so I could have a release. Because at that time, I didn't know what direction I wanted to do. I'm like, do I got to shoot a video? Do I got to do this? Da 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 da. So Professional Use Only is my outlook of coming into it, saying, all right, now I'm gonna put the spit shine on the shoe, or the final brushstroke on the Picasso painting. So I got Professional Use Only. I got a couple other projects. New 90s. That's gonna be the merging of the 90s feel with the now feel.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's gonna be intriguing, man. I like that. I'm a 90s kid, man. So like I'm all about 90s hip hop. That's my genre. That's where I live, and I still live in that genre. Like it drives my wife crazy because I'll be in the car. I got a whole section on my iPod just dedicated to 90s rap. Yeah. So that's just me. That's being 41, man. I grew up in that era. That's my era. You know what I mean? So that's one thing I will check out when you bring that out for sure, because that's the type of music that I abide by. But so since Son of Mark is doing well, even though it was a last minute thing for you, I'm pretty excited to see what the new LP is going to be, man, because this one you're actually putting in a little bit more time and effort, and you're finalizing and refining everything with the music, right?
Yeah. Just that take it to the next level. Like, okay, the last one was the baby phases because you didn't really know what you had until it was done, and then this one is like, okay, I've been around the block before. Now I'm taking the training wheels off. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you a question. Have you with Rob, one of the new artists that's coming out, I should be interviewing him next week here. Are you collabing with him at any point to get him on a record with you?
You know what? We have recorded already in the past, but those were songs before I dropped this project. And I still got some songs that are in the vault that could make it. So, we could see him on the project. But if he wants to make some new content, I'm down for it. I'm sure he'd be down for it. It's just a matter of how quickly we move before we finalize everything, get it mastered and all of that.
So now with this, so you're still up on what are the streaming sites that your music is on besides you're on Apple, correct?
Yeah, on Apple Music.
What other sites are you promoting the music on?
Not Tidal. I don't think Tidal is available. I'm not sure, but Spotify, YouTube Music, Amazon Music, Deezer, and whatever else platform they got. They got a bunch of stores under that DistroKid.
Okay.
So, pretty much any platform a person searches their music on.
So what has been inspiring you lately, man, that's giving you the content you need for your next album? Like, there's got to be something that's been inspiring you lately, man, to get that album put together the way you're getting it put together, because you're putting in that effort for the and time and energy. So what are some of the inspirations that you come across right now that's been helping you with the album?
It's two things usually. Battle rap always keeps me motivated because that's where the lyricism is.
Mm-hmm.
And the second thing is touching the stage again, because like when you get on stage, at least for me, it's another way to express the art. You could have recorded the song already and did it the same way that it's always going to be done on that record, but once you get on stage, you get a way to kind of give it a different delivery. And for some reason, for me, that always gets the wheels turning. So my last performance kind of put me in the zone, like, okay, shit, what else can I do? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it doesn't make you nervous, like for some folks, like getting up on the stage, man, in front of that many people, they get a little bit of butterflies when they start, their set. Some people are afraid they're gonna get booed off the stage. Some people, afraid they're not gonna do well. So how do you get over that anxiety, or you don't get anxiety when you get on that stage?
I do. It never goes away. I think if you truly care, it's never gonna really fade. I think it might be not as strong as you gain more experience, but for me, I know it never goes away because it's still an excitement. And I think if you become bored with it, that's probably when it'll go away.
Okay. You know what I mean? So what advice would you give for those cats that are in the game right now that are, they're getting ready to do shows because they're coming out of pandemic, but they get up on that stage and they freeze? Because this is what happens to some folks. They get in the booth, man, they can flow as hard as can be. Their lyrics be on point, but as soon as they get on that stage, man, that's a whole different animal. So what advice would you give for those cats that haven't done that, haven't transitioned to the stage, just been in the booth the entire time, coming out of the pandemic, finally get to get on the stage and show what they got? How do they get over those jitters, man?
Repetition and practice. The more you practice it, the more that you'll be able to trust your subconscious, because there's, when, like I said a second ago, the nervousness doesn't go away. So at that point, you're gonna have to rely on your practice to kick in for your subconscious mind to go into autopilot. Because there might be a time when you might be so nervous you might miss a lyric, or you might miss your timing on something. But if you've been putting in that time with your craft, your body gonna be like, oh no, we're not messing up, and then it's just gonna have your back.
You know what I appreciate you the most, man? I appreciate the most is that it's more than just music for you. Like, this thing is embedded in you. You know what I mean? It's a way of life for you. So it goes deeper than just the lyrics. It goes deeper than just, spitting some lines on the microphone. This is a way of life. And a lot of people don't understand there's a difference between cats like you who actually live and breathe this stuff than cats who are just coming in just to come in. You know what I mean? To make a couple dollars and then leave the game.
Yeah. Facts. Yeah, man. I love it, man. I can't do nothing but be true, because shit, we can see how easy it is to get wrapped up into the luxury and shit, and you just forget about the craft. But being that I'm still working a 9 to 5, still living a normal life, it's like you don't have no choice but to be passionate.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't do that though. A lot of people, they think they're gonna be rappers, and then they go full bore, and it doesn't work out for them, and then they're sleeping on their grandma's couch because they can't live on their own, because they weren't smart enough to keep working. You know what I mean? But you're not in that realm. You know what I mean? You got your hands in other pots right now and other ventures that you're trying to make sure that you have something to fall back on. Even if you don't become, a household name, underground rappers still make money. You know what I mean? You still can have a strong following. I just wish some of these youngest cats would understand that this is not a microwave kind of thing. It ain't gonna happen for you instantly, man.
Soldier Boy. I remember when I first heard that dude, I was like, who is that? And he was like, girl, you stink, take a bath. Girl, you stink, take a bath. And that was the shit that was catching fire. I'm like, what is wrong with people?
I tell you what, though, he was smart, though, because he made like $8 million off his ringtones or something like that, man. So He was one of those one hit. He was one of those one hit wonders that got, he made millions of dollars off it. He tried to squeeze it out for every penny he got. So, I mean, I give him credit on that because he was smart enough to know that the window wasn't open that long for him. You know what I mean?
Facts. I mean, shit, he did enough for the Boondocks to do a spoof. You know, you seen that shit?
No.
Man, that shit was so funny. Anybody that watches the Boondocks, it is, I think it was season 3. They had Soulja Boy get into it with a rapper, and on Boondocks, they got to flip the name so they can't really legally say his name.
Right.
So they called the cartoon character Sergeant Gutter. They got into a rap beef with an older rapper. The shit was funny, man.
All right, my brother. I want to shift gears a little bit, and I want your honest opinion. And mind you, I'm going to preface this by saying this is his personal opinion. He's not speaking for the entire culture. Now, let me ask you a serious question here. What do you think about June 19th being made a holiday?
Oh, my goodness. Ooh, serious bag. All right.
I had to bring it up, bro. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. All right. Well, let's just start by saying Juneteenth has been a real celebration and a real festival for Blacks and melanated people long before it was quote unquote made a holiday. And so with that being said, I want to shift people's minds to just looking at it from that perspective. Like, we don't have to wait for any kind of sanction. If you about the essence of June 19th, which really was just financial freedom, then live that shit out, support people that support people that are your color, your kind, and, not just because, like, they should have good business, but, live in the essence of it, because that shit that was just, made official for us is just tokenism. It doesn't bring the truth. We bring the truth. Buy from your family, buy from your peoples, support them because, who else will?
So my point of view, I'm like you. I just look at it as them trying to throw a dog a bone. You know what I mean? They just decided, let's just approve this so we can quiet down the masses when it comes to the real issue, which is passing a bill on making lynching illegal, passing a bill on, you know what I mean, on the abuse of power by the police. You know what I mean? It's amazing that, some people get excited over it because it's a federal holiday, is being recognized. I think it's a step forward, but it really isn't. To me, it's just them. To me, it's just them trying to place a muzzle over the people for a little while until it gets so loud that they can't keep muzzled anymore again, and then they'll throw us another bone. You know what I mean? Facts.
That's why I say tokenism, man. Because what does it come with? Like, until we as a collective really know, like, okay, does this June 19th or does this Juneteenth holiday come with some amenities? Does it come with some acres of land or maybe a waiver in your student loan or something that's progressive? Because other than that, like you say, a dog a bone. That's just getting us wrapped up in the fucking sensationalization. Like, that shit don't mean nothing.
So do you believe that we still should be, the country should, be giving folks reparations still for what happened?
Yeah, but I just don't believe it will, because that's really why we're here. We're in this position of this cash system, this slave labor. We're in this type of capitalistic system just because of the fact that it's politically made to be that.
Yeah. It's
not designed to give us those rights. So, we'll continue to get those bones thrown that make us believe there's something changing, because shit wasn't designed for it to be beneficial to us, really.
But Black people built this country. I mean, people think it was the founding fathers that built this country. It wasn't the founding fathers. It was the Black slave labor that they were using to build this country. You know what I mean? Them white folks ain't built this country. It was Black people that built this country. You know what I mean? And at some point, that needs to get recognized about, the blood that was shed here from, the slaves that got brought over that put up these brick and mortar buildings. You know what I mean? That built these monuments to the government. The other thing I wanted to ask was, what do you think about Biden doing the student loans? He got rid of, I think it was like 500 million of student loans. Okay. Yeah, he got rid of some of it. He didn't get rid of all of it, but I don't know how that's going to break down, how that's going to pertain to a lot of people out there. I don't know how that's going to flood down to the minorities. You know what I mean? Because me being Puerto Rican, you being black, we're in that minority group. You understand where I'm coming from? So how does that pertain to us? Because it's like when, when the housing market, you know what redlining is, correct?
No.
So with redlining is what they did is they literally put lines through neighborhoods as to which neighborhoods had the most minorities. And what they would do is they would jack up the interest rates and on the price on those properties when black folks, Hispanics, minorities would come in and get a loan for a home. So they put laws in place because of that, because of the redlining. If you look at what's going on with the PPP, bro, there's so much fraudulent stuff going on with the PPP loans. It's ridiculous. American Airlines, they laid off a ton of workers, yet they gave their CEOs raises. You know what I mean? And then now they're canceling so many flights because they don't have enough workers to work there. So it's the same thing. I just don't know where that's going to go when it comes to the minorities going to college and getting their student loans forgiven.
Right. Well, I didn't know that Biden piece about the student loans. And did he was he doing that in the spirit of the Juneteenth, or did he just do that before?
Well, that was one of the things he said he was going to do when he got in the office, was to try to cut some of the student loans that people had. But I find it kind of curious that it came in coinciding with the Juneteenth and everything that went on. The celebrations were, people don't realize this has been celebrated in Alabama. This has been celebrated in Texas for a day. People think this is right. People think this is something new. This is not new. This has been going on for hundreds of years already. You know what I mean? And then people don't understand. And then people don't understand what Juneteenth stands for. And I keep trying to tell them. I said it was it was the blacks being free, the last set of folks that were still enslaved in Texas that was freed. You know what I mean? So yes, the Emancipation Proclamation happened, but not all slaves are free. So this Juneteenth was officially the last set of slaves that were freed in Texas. And a lot of people think this is they think they're like, oh, why does this have to be a holiday? Are you kidding me? Do you not know the history behind this stuff? And I think so, and that's where the ignorance of the world comes in. Sometimes people listen to what they want to listen to, and people hear what they want to hear. You know what I'm saying? And it makes things difficult for other people to get their points across. Speaking of which, you know what's going on with the controversies in school about them teaching critical race theory?
No, critical race theory.
Yeah, so they're trying to take it out of the schools. Basically taking history, real history, out of the schools, and critical race theory suggests that blacks are at a disadvantage from whites, period, from the day that they're born. You know what I mean? That we're at a disadvantage when it comes to when it comes to advancing in life, money, career, and they're trying to push that out of the school because they deem it to be racist. They deem it that we're teaching racism to the kids in the school. So you have places like Florida, you have a lot of the Republican-led states that are trying to have banned that from talking critical race theory in school.
Okay. So wait, so if I understand critical race theory correctly, they're taking certain history books out of the school?
They're preventing schools from talking actual history that needs to be taught in school about racism, about America. Because America, look, no matter what anybody says, what Republican or Democrat, this country still has plenty of racism. It's never going to go away. Hasn't gone away. No matter no matter who you put in front of me, you know what I mean? It can be you have a token black guy, a token Hispanic guy. It doesn't matter. They can try to convince you otherwise, but racism is alive and well. It's always going to be alive and well in this country.
It will, man. It will. And they've been doing that what you represent with that critical race theory. They've been omitting really important information from the public school systems. So it's like, okay, I'm kind of used to that. But like at the end of the day, I guess it comes back full circle. It's like, the racism won't die because that's what it was founded upon. Like, to keep it simple, like blacks, Hispanics, Asians, other people with melanin in their skin, we all should realize that it's really important for us to have control over our religious ideas, the ways that we feed our community, your hospital system, and your law. Do the same shit that we did for Black Wall Street and just copy that for each community, and you will avoid your racism because everyone that is of the people will be for the people. It's clear.
Now, do you see in music, do you see a shift when it comes to that? Because you have a lot of white rappers that are coming out now. A lot of guys, they're getting very, very, popular, getting their own group. Do you see kind of a shift though of these white rappers coming out and trying to, I don't know what's the word. I'm not saying overthrow, but like try to, I don't know, shift some of the attention away from the black rappers onto themselves?
I don't know, and I'm not sure if they could. I mean, I'm not sure because to be honest with you, I don't pay attention to a lot of the newest rappers. But like, I don't know if Post Malone is considered a rapper. Like, is he?
No, I think he's more of a rock star because he acts more like a rock star. Yeah, he's not. He does hip hop, but he ventures off into other stuff too, man. He does rock and roll. I mean, he does. I don't think he considers himself a hip hop artist like that full bore.
Yeah. Okay. Because I don't know who would be a good example. Like Macklemore, I don't listen to him. I can't say. Who else is white? And then other dudes don't really like catch my attention, like that Slim Jesus dude. Like, I looked at him on Vlad TV and laughed. So I don't know if I can say if they're taking more attention. So
you watch Vlad TV?
Yeah.
That dude kind of aggravates me. The host of the show kind of aggravates me.
Speak about it.
Man. He's setting these dudes up when he be talking to him, man. Like, and then he wonder why some of these dudes want to break his face. Like you set these dudes, like you get them on the show and you set these dudes up when you're talking to them, man. You know you're gonna bring up subjects that's gonna really piss them off, and then he sit back and get surprised when people start talking junk about him, man. Like people, like this dude's he's built an entire empire talking to black artists. You understand where I'm coming from? And Facts. Vlad is a white dude.
Facts, Russian or facts. And he know what field of business he in. You talking about like the cats who got like illegal activities and shit they don't want to speak about?
And he'll bring it up. Bring it up. And he'll bring it up. It's amazing, man. And you know what the most amazing part is though? He has so much clout, these dudes still come on. There's dudes that come on multiple times onto the show. Even though they know what he's gonna bring up, they still come on. You know why? Because of the clout he has. And he's got clout. He's got clout.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. And you know what? Like when I was interested when Lord Jamar fell out with him because I understood why. I really didn't take the same side because I didn't do enough of my own research as far as the Nation of Islam and everything. But I knew a little bit of the nature of why Lord Jamar stopped messing with him. But I still continue to watch because there's still so much like jewels that you can get from the interviews. But I definitely see the opportunist in Vlad. And I definitely recognize that some of these artists, they should have more consciousness about what they should say. You know what I mean? Because you can always say, I don't want to talk about it. There are some artists that have said, I'm not going to go into that conversation. But, it's you can pass the blame around all sides of the table. Because Vlad know what he's doing.
Hey, if he can take advantage of the situation, he's gonna take it. He's a millionaire for a reason, man. He's not dumb. You know what I mean? That's that shrewd business side that he has. But I think that's the problem. I think we need to get on that same type of deal when it comes to that stuff,
politics. Man. This is politics. Like it would be so unrealistic and insensitive of me to say that racism is not real. But in another aspect, it's only as real as you make it, because political advancement is every race or group of people's business to partake in, because this is a race, so to speak. When it comes to capitalism. Now, if we was in a country where everybody was on the same shit, no doubt about it, we wouldn't have so much differences amongst each other. But in North America, being that this shit is a big melting pot, and everybody with a dollar bill has to say so, now we have to approach shit different. So my point is, everybody need to be in control of their own situation. Easier said than done, but you ain't gonna get fucked over if you know who you getting your food from, know who you're doing business with, all of these things. And a lot of us are just not up on that. So we face these differences and we say, damn, why Black lives don't matter? Damn, why my man go to jail? Damn, why he get shot? We got to do better.
But so do you like, even when you put, you know, with the political views that you have, and everybody has a right to have them, man. So I don't knock anybody for what they see and what they feel when it comes to, you know, political, religious beliefs. It doesn't matter to me. This is why we, you know, America's supposed to be home of the free, and we're supposed to be able to express what we feel. Is any of that going to bleed over into your music, or do you keep that separated from what you put out to folks?
I speak on it in music. I don't advocate having a plan of action, but I do make thought-provoking music just to make people ask the right questions, you know? So I definitely do speak about it, yeah.
But see, and that's the one thing that I think a lot of people need to understand as well, is that you just don't put music out to put music out. You have a message behind what you're trying to tell people. And I think that separates you from a lot of folks. It'll continue to separate you from a lot of folks. You know what I mean? You have, you know, people like Public Enemy that had a message. You know, Young NWA had a message as well back in the day. You know what I mean? Do any of those older groups, KRS-One, do any of those older groups inspire you today for what you're doing?
Yeah. KRS-One, I'm glad you said him. He just taught me to really care about the craft, and that's why I speak about it. As far as the politics, like I was born in '88, so groups like Public Enemy, I had to learn a little bit later. NWA, I had to learn a little bit later, but my appreciation is more drawn towards the KRS-Ones, the Nas's, Styles P, the Pharoah Monches. You know, they had messages, and they weren't too much different from the Public Enemies, but they just were later in time. You know.
So how do you feel right now about have you heard that new song from, well, it's not really new, it came out like a month or two ago, from Nas, Jay-Z. They did that cut together. I forgot the name of the song, man.
Is it on King of Disease?
I can't even recall, man. Like I heard the video, I seen the video and heard the song a couple times, man. It just, I don't know, man. It didn't seem natural.
Wasn't that thing?
Yeah, it wasn't the same. You know what I mean? It just, it didn't seem natural to me, man. You know, and don't get me wrong, they're in suit and ties, and you know, they live in their life. They don't did what they needed to do. Yeah, it was it's called let's see here. The song is called, hold on, I'm trying to figure out what the name of the song is.
Nas, Jay, and who?
It was Nas, Jay, and Khaled. Because you know Khaled got to be in everything he produced.
Oh, it's cornball ass. I respect his business, but artistically, that boy a cornball.
I guess it's called Beef.
It's called Beef.
Yeah, I guess the song is called Beef. That's what I'm assuming it is from what I'm seeing. It's called Beef.
Okay.
But like I said, it really wasn't for me. You know what I mean? And then, you know, one of the lyrics in the song, Jay talking about, what do you expect from a kid who was raised in the PJs? Bro, you damn 50 years old. You know what I mean? You should be past all that.
Yeah.
You know, you should be past all that stuff, man, already. You know, some of these cats, they try to, you know, Jay, he's a billionaire, and I give Jay all the credit in the world, man. He's made his money. Nas, I don't know what's going on with that cat. He comes out sporadically with good music here and there, and then he goes away again. You know, when do you think is a good time for artists to hang it up, man?
I don't know, man. That's hard to say, man, because I don't know, man. I don't know if I need the experience within my own career to say I've been close to feeling that way. So I don't know, man. Maybe if the presentation don't look as good as it once did, like rest in peace DMX, right? But I don't think that Versus was a good look. You know what I mean? Like, my man, one of my favorite artists to the day I die, but like, it just wasn't coordinated. You know, they didn't have his timing down. You know, Snoop is hella active. You know, his set was polished. Like, it was like, and I think looks like that should be an indicator. Like, okay, maybe I should either hang it up or just go back to the gym.
You see, speaking of Snoop, did you see now? They say he's switching to gospel now?
Oh, Snoop is?
Yeah, they say he's doing gospel music now. He's switching to Christian music.
Oh, I ain't hip. I ain't heard none of it.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, man. Yeah, bro. These I'm telling you, man, the rumors be floating all around, man. I'm telling you, man. It's like I keep my ear to the ground to everything, man, because it's part of the show. So when it comes to music, when it comes to movies, when it comes to art, if I have somebody on like you, I'll bring some of these subjects up to see if you heard about it or not. Because then it's gonna intrigue you now. Now you're gonna have to find out if it's what's what. You
I
know what I'm
gotta do
saying?
more homework.
Yeah.
I definitely gotta do more homework. But I'll be locked into my realm. You know.
Once you get in, start doing your own thing. It's hard to see the outside noise, and that's one of the things I appreciate about you, man. Is like you get in a zone, bro. You don't try to leave that zone. You stay in your lane, and you try to block out all that outside influence and all that outside noise that comes along with it. You understand where I'm coming from? And I appreciate that, man. You keep grounding away, bro, and it's gonna pay off for you, man. It's gonna pay off. You just got to keep pushing away and doing the things you're doing, man. It's like I can see the excitement in you, man. When I talk to you about music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when I talk to some folks about some stuff, there's no passion behind that, but you can see the expressions on your face. You can see the passion, and you can hear the passion in your voice about what you do. It's something that you truly, truly appreciate, and you have the opportunity to get out there and do it, and let your voice be heard.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you appreciate that, man. Shit, being a substantial artist, like it's one thing just being an artist in any genre. You got your obstacles and shit, but man, when you talking about some shit, like some real shit, man, it's like nice guys finish last type shit. You know, it's like you that dude in high school who he's the good guy, but the asshole got all the girls. So, man, that should be meaning a lot to hear people say, man, I appreciate what you do.
Yeah, but I look, man, but in all reality, I've been in that same boat, bro. I wasn't supposed to live past 21. I didn't think I was going to live past 21, man. Some of the stuff I did should have got me 6 feet under a long time ago. You understand where I'm coming from? I was one of them cats that finished last. Look at me, man. I got my own house now. You know what I'm saying? I got a good paying job. I got my family, got my health. You understand where I'm coming from? So I'm winning. Even if I'm not, financially stable, as they say, with, having 100,000, 500,000 in the bank, I'm still living, bro. I'm still enjoying my life, man. I get to travel as much as I want to. I'm always on the run, man. We always going places, always doing things. And I see the same thing for you, man. I see where you started, bro. Don't get it twisted. I see where you were, and I see where you are now, bro. That's a come up. You done came up from where you were, because I was there with you. Remember, we was there. We was in the same place. We was in the same place. So, but you in a better place now, man. You know what I'm saying? You living better now. You things are coming together. It's just gonna take some time. And like I said before, and I think I told you this before, man, sometimes it's sweeter when you're older than when you're younger. It's sweeter to make that come up when you're older, because you know how to handle it better now.
Right. Yeah, I feel like that. I feel like because like, yo, real talk, my birthday is tomorrow. I'm turning 33.
Nice, man.
And like, yeah, and I'm learning like 33 is like 23 on steroids.
Yes, sir.
You know, if you were smart and you took heed to shit, because like sometimes you live too fast and then you might not make the right moves. But if you're wise and you got your health, man, the 30s could be real fun. Yeah.
Well, look at you. You're gonna be 33, bro. I'll be 42 in September, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like I'm 42. You know what I mean? Because I'm out here grounded like you are. I'm still trying to provide and try to do things I need to do. Sometimes you just need to cut out. There's toxic elements in your life, man. Sometimes you just got to cut out, whether that be family, whether that be friends that you thought were friends, but you have people that supposedly in your corner, but those people talk more about you behind your back. You know what I mean? Than a stranger will. Do you understand what I'm saying? And sometimes you got to cut that out. And that's what people don't understand. You can't keep even people in your ear, man. That's just there to drain your life force, man. And that's all some of these people do. And I see you don't have those kind of elements around you, man. You shut yourself out to all that stuff. You keep yourself grinding, and it's starting to pay off. There should be no self-doubt in you, man. I don't doubt you for 1 minute, man. Like I said, if nobody has your back with this, I'm gonna have your back regardless, because I see the potential in you, man. I see the artistry that you have, and you just need to continue to keep going in that progression, man, and moving forward.
I appreciate you, brother. And I agree with you on that mindset, man. The blessings, man. We got everything we need. Got your health, got your mindset, got your finances together. They could always improve, but that's a fool's race. Not to say that people shouldn't have wealth but don't put it in front of your blessings.
Exactly. We just got to be grateful for the things we have, man. I'm very grateful to have my family, my job, my house. No, I never thought I was going to own a home, bro, in my life, let alone an acre of land on top of that. You know what I mean? Never in my life to that. Yeah. So it's those.
That's Black Wall Street.
Yeah.
That's Juneteenth, man.
And people don't have their priorities in place, man. But I see you have yours in place. Let the folks, before we jump off, man, let the folks know where they can find you. What are your social sites? Where they can find your music up, where they can see your next show. That everybody knows one more time about Honesty Blade and where is he going to be.
All right. So you can catch Honesty Blade on Instagram. You can catch me on Facebook. Both of those sites, I'll be under Honesty Blade Music. The music, the album Son of Mark, is available on every single platform. So that's Amazon Music, Apple Music, Spotify, Deezer, YouTube. And come to the next show if you're in Cleveland, even if you're not in Cleveland. Bring your ass out for some real good hip hop because it's far and few. And July 2nd, we're gonna be at Now That's Flash 11213 Detroit Avenue, Lakewood. Come to support hip hop.
All right, my brother. It's a pleasure to have you on, man. I'm glad we got to chop it up again. I see the progression from when we talked in April. And it's good to see you, making that progression. You get back on stage. So, my brother, you are welcome on the show anytime for sure. Tune in next week, man, because we're gonna have another artist on, which is a friend of ours that we've known as well. Hopefully, it'll be a good conversation. Again, I appreciate you coming on the show, Honesty Blade. Just anytime, man. Anytime you want to come back on, you want to talk new music, you want to talk anything that's relevant to you, whether it be music, politics, or whatever's on your mind, you're more than welcome to come on the show.
For sure. Frankly Francisco, swing.
All right. Thanks, folks.
Yeah.